Hello everyone and welcome back to Dyson Sphere Program. In our last episode we did a whole bunch of things. And instead of going back over what we did there is, because you should have watched the episode, is we're just going to jump into making green cubes. Because we set up our quantum chips. Now they are over here. Nothing is ratioed per se. It's just the amount of assemblers you would need to ratio this to end up getting like 30 per second. It's just an insane amount. So we're not doing that. We have basically a bit of a rig set up here where we already have 3,000 quantum chips, or 3,300, which is awesome. Now, quantum chips go into more things than just green cubes. They also take gravitational lenses, which we have thousands of those. These go into the vertical launch silos, which we're going to be needing, and we can make these. We have all the ingredients, or all the materials. They also go into the Mark III assemblers, which we're not doing as of yet. Once I get a better supply of some of the stuff, we will start making those. And then also the particle broadband, which is easy. And then the carrier rockets take deuterium fuel rods, or not deuterium fuel rods, the green ones, which are, what do they call it? Yeah, the deuterium fuel rods, right? And they take quantum chips, and they take the Dyson Sphere components, which we have all those materials. So, the thing is, though, is you need thousands of these. Sorry about that. You need thousands of these to make a Dyson Sphere. So it takes 2 per. Say we have 3,000. That's only 1,500 carrier rockets. That's like nothing. That's like nothing. We need like tens and tens of thousands of these. So we're not anywhere. Well, we're not that we're nowhere near this yet. We may get this set up maybe in an episode or two. Start launching stuff into space because we have the other ingredients. We just don't have a huge amount. Now these are easy because the thing is with the way that the Dyson. Let's go look to our Dyson swarm. We have almost 37,000. The way it works is once you set up your Dyson Sphere, your shell, it starts pulling sails in to fill in the in-betweens, like to fill in the grids. To fill in the grids. And then you design, we're just going to do a basic design when we get around to doing that. And then you use the Dyson Sphere components, like the carrier rockets, to make like where the inners, wherever there'd be like a node, that's where they would be used for. So you need tons. And we're not ready for that. But we are ready for what I just showed you here is quantum chips. So I set up a little bit of a tower here, just a basic logistics tower, planetary, because we don't need a big thing for this. And we have gravitational lenses, which we have tons of course. And obviously we have gravity matrix, the green cubes. Now, it's on a 12-second timer, so it's every 12 seconds. Now, again, nothing I have is ratioed. To get 1 per second, you need 12. Well, we're just going to put in like a bunch. I have a bunch here. And that's basically what we're going to do, is we're going to put it here. And then we're going to put another one here. And let's just do 4 across. Now, I don't know if we have enough incoming materials to satisfy 4. We probably don't, actually. But that's okay. We can get it set up at least. Input, and then see, copy, paste. Oops, no, sorry, you can't do it like that. Nope, no, stop. You can't copy, paste if you have some on the ground. It doesn't work. So we got paste, and then paste here, and I'm actually going to kill the ends because I don't want to waste anything. And these I'm just going to use simple power poles because you don't need anything bigger than that. And then we're going to have the output out here, and this is just going to get us going with green science. By no means is this a final build or anything like that, which we'll get to that. We'll get to that hopefully sooner than later. But I just want to stack these all the way up as far as we can. I'm not sure how many we can actually do at this point. Probably at least 10 or 12, right? And I just want to use up as many as I can. And we'll set the recipe to green matrix. Copy, paste. And let's set this to demand. And this will set to demand. Why don't we have graviton lenses? That is a little concerning, because we should, right? Where do we make those at? Here. Why don't we have any of these? What? Wait, what? Where did they all... Hold on a second. That confuses me. I can't click on that. Where did they all go? Like, we're not putting out ton... Yeah. Oh, shoot. We don't have any strange... Why don't we have any strange matter? I should have checked this before I said, alright, let's go. Where is our strange matter being made? Here. What is the problem? That's not the problem. Oh, they're the... Oh, I know what it is. It's our nemesis, the electric motors, which... Well, so much for what I was going to show you guys. Where am I making those electric motors? They're over here somewhere, right? There's some being made here, and then I have a bigger build. I know we did this here. Is that it? No, those are chips. Here. What is the problem here? I think the issue is iron, right? Okay, well, then... Forget that, I guess. I want to go over here and figure out where the graviton lenses are going. So where am I making them? I think they're over here, right? Alright, well, yeah, it's here. So they're all going into... What's the problem here? I don't understand. What? Okay, I have those. Why is this here then? I don't understand that one though. Okay, so here I'm supplying, and then here I'm demanding. So I just want to just do local supply just for now to get these in the air, because at least I want to get some science going. Just wait for them to take. Well, I guess they're not going to take any more than that, right? You know what? Let me just do this. I'm just going to take all of them and just put this back to local demand. And over here, I'm just going to take all of them. Okay, well, this isn't exactly how I wanted to start the green science episode. Oh, guys. Now, where are we doing green science at? That is the next $1 billion question. Here, right here. Right here, we can land. Hey, at least we're making some. Look at that. And now what we're going to do is I'm going to dump all of these into here, and then now we're going to start making some science. The green ones, I think, are the coolest looking ones. Wow, look at that. How do you... Is it P? No, it's F12. No, F11. Nice little... Ah, yes, gravity matrix. Hello. Because what we can actually start doing is once we start creating more gravity matrices, I mean, we have 2,000, excuse me, we have 2,000 space warpers, and we're not really using any because nothing is running at the moment. But we can actually start using green cubes, because this basically takes one graviton lens to make one, which is simple, and this basically takes one for every two plus a quantum chip. So the ratio for this is better, but once we get more quantum chips, then this is better to make these, because these make 8. But you know what? We're making, and that's great. So what I want to do is fly over to where we have our science at, which I think I probably just... Oh, it's right here. Because I have to bring in green. This is bringing 2,000. Why not, right? Demand. There we go. It's our first ones. That's great. And we're just going to drag this out to here. Green. And we're just going to go... So I'm going to have to get rid of one of these, which shouldn't actually matter. This should be more than... That's a bit... Ooh, okay, that doesn't work. Well, alright, we'll just have to switch it up a little bit. It's fine. Like that, and then this one's going to have to grab from there, and this one's from there, and this one is from there. Great. And then this should be able to be cut off, right? Let's just dump these into here, and look at that. That's awesome. Our first green science. Now, we're not researching anything, so we obviously don't really have any. It's taking it, but we're not researching anything as of yet. So what we want to do is we want to see what's most important, because we're only going to a few hundred of these. Now, obviously, the stress test is good, and then you obviously have to get into. Where is the other stress? Is this one that you can keep repeating? Increases in the surface stress. I think you can actually repeat this one. Because you want to get the Dyson Sphere going. This is the graviton lens one, which is good, but not good at the moment. This is where you start making the photons, I guess, antimatter. So that's another one, and then that starts going into things like this to make the antimatter fuel rods, which are just insane. And then that's just used to make the artificial sun, which puts out 72. Let's open it up here. 72 megawatts of power. It just basically you put it on, and you have to. I think you do have to kickstart it, but it takes the antimatter. It takes 10 antimatter, or whatever this stuff is. The annihilation constraint sphere, which takes things that we do have, actually. So that's weird. Why is that not? Takes 10 of those, which that's this, and this takes that, which is simple. And then this just makes photons into hydrogen antimatter. That's a little confusing. Am I missing something here? Weird. I guess this is the antimatter is used to make the antimatter fuel rods. Is that used to make anything else though? This just takes one of it. Oh yeah, okay. So that takes everything. That's right. So that's where you get into making this the antimatter thing. So you basically take photons, and then the photons I think are made. Where do you make the photons at? That I don't quite know yet. Let me just check out our inventory. Can we make those photon things? Okay, anyway. So we basically only have a couple research to do. Now this one is going to be good to get our sphere going. Everything else we have. And then we start getting into upgrades. Like I think this is important. This is important. And then obviously drive engine is important. So I think we're going to start off with our own upgrades. Activate this, and then we're going to activate this. And then I think I want to activate this. We'll start with that and just see how far. Why is that not picking that one up? Is this full? Oh wow, it is full. I can't even reach that high. Can I put more down? I'm not sure what the build height is, but yeah, okay. So the science should actually be rolling through pretty quickly. Yeah, okay. Looks super cool though. Obviously, I don't know if we're gonna have any more greens coming in, because this is at 30%. So 50% would be 35. 10% would be 7. So we're bringing in 21 at a shot, which is actually fine. Oh yeah, we're full up. So this should start ticking away, not crazy fast, but fast enough to get 3 things that we actually want, which is a good thing. Now, the next thing that I want to do in this episode, excuse me, is we got to start thinking about scaling things way kind of up. And I'm talking your base resources, because we're always out of the turbines. We're always out of turbines, which in turn means we're out of supermagnetic rings. Like, we're not out of magnets, and we're not out of graphite. We're not out of those things. And these things take... See, the turbines go into these, which is... We need these for... Basically to make this, to make that, which then makes green science. So, these are quite important. They go into these, which we're not using at the moment that much, but they also go into these. These go into that, etc., etc., etc. And they also go into more things than just these things. Obviously, they go into supermagnetic rings, which supermagnetic rings goes into this. It goes into array receivers, and goes into more things than just. It only lists 4, but it goes into more than 4 things. So, and then also we're going to need the carriers. These are actually not that hard to make. Yeah, but I think the main thing we want to focus on is making these, which in turn needs this, and in turn needs this. So iron may still be an issue that we have. So what I want to do is I want to fly up to our lava planet, and where would it be? The sun is there. It's going to be right where all this stuff is shooting from. So that's quite easy to find. And I want to see what type of production we have going here without overshooting this, and we're good. Let's just see what type of iron do we have going here. Not that. I want to see where our iron is. Silicon's lacking. I think it's because we're just trying to tap the rest of these reserves. Copper, we're perfect on copper. Where is all? So we have tons of iron patches here that need to be tapped. Here we got tons of ore. Where is this even going? Local demand. This is to make steel. Oh, it's also to make the magnets. Right. Okay, so what I think we should just set up is we need to start setting up some steel plants. And I guess we could just do it here. It doesn't really matter where we do it, right? We could just do it. Let's do it right here. We'll drag the iron from here across. Yeah, we'll just do it like that. And I just want to start getting a little bit of this. What color should we make this planet? I don't want to make it just that plain gray. I like bright colors. So let's do. So where is our fault line here? Well, the equator is here, so that's kind of a fault line, but not really because it doesn't change anything. But we're gonna make these pretty big if I can. I think the yellow is fine. Okay, so basically it's a 1-to-1, the way that the smelters work. So what that means is we can set up a 30. I have 100 smelters. I only have 100 smelters. Seriously, that's not a lot. So we're gonna have to get some more smelters in. That is for sure. But basically, we can start here, and we can make iron. And to make 30 of them, you just basically drag it, and you drag it again, and that's pretty much it. And then you basically have a return line, which is going to be here. You have a feed line, which is going to be here. And oh, why did that not work? There. Good enough, I think. There. And basically, you just connect them up. So, like, these are some of the easier ways to do this. Now, you could do 15 and 15 if you wanted, I guess, if you're looking to save space. Or you don't have a lot of longitude space. Is that how you would say that? But basically, it's just as simple as this, really. And we have our big balloons, and these things can probably. Let's just put one here, and then we're gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. We'll do 5 every 5. 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 5. So yeah, there we go. So all we gotta do here is we're gonna do Control C, and we're just gonna make a bunch of these. So we're going to do it like that, and you click again, and we're going to go use now. And I'm not going to have enough. I always like to leave one space in between. I don't know. I just find it looks nicer. I do that, and that's 4, 5, that's 6. So that'll be 180 per second, which is a good start. Which is definitely a good start. Now, what'll be easiest to do is, because we're just tapping a couple. What's this one doing? It's doing nothing. Like, we have a lot more veins on here, iron veins to tap. Like, just, well, these are getting used for, see, this is getting used for steel. This one's almost empty, heck. This one's getting used, but like, these are such weak things. I mean, they're working. So I'm not gonna, they're super slow though. I should upgrade these belts. While I'm thinking about it, let me just upgrade these belts, because this is not helping anything right now. Because I want this to be able to unload this as fast as possible. And then this should be remote supply. We got tons. Yeah, that'll at least help a little bit. Yeah, and some of this need to be... Why am I getting so many? Why do I have 300? Oh, this is the one coming in. Okay, and then they're going to go to the other planets. So again, like, this is just... This is pointless to have this, but for now, it's fine. Now, we need tons of like, this is just goes to show... Oh, shoot, that's not going to reach now, is it? Will that reach all the way across to here and be able to grab everything? If it does, that would be so sweet. I don't think it... I don't know if it will or not. Is it going to leave an open area here? Let's just look. I don't know how these... If they overlap or not. Can we just place this, though, please, first? Okay, so it leaves a little bit of a gap. Which is fine. Which just means we got to place them every 4, right? So 1, 2, 3, and then every 4 should be fine. 4, and then 4 more, right? That should do it, I think. I'll do 4 more, and then, well, not 4 more, just every... That should cover everything, right? Let's look at the power grid. Ah, there's one that is sketchy there. But it should be fine. Except it's not. Because that one's not touching. Shoot. Is that not right? If we just place this. I just want to check this. Like, I've never actually noticed how far away these can be. It should be okay. Can we place this one there? Let's just look. Yeah, okay, so placing them every that's not going to cover that one though. Every 4 works. Now again, this should be done a little bit better. But for now, we're obviously just going to do it like this. Which is perfectly fine, really. Okay, so the gray, yeah, so it should be, yeah, every 4 is definitely the limit. Which again is fine, right? That's 3, it's 4. And then this one, of course, I'm out of them. No, am I really? Well, that's that. We're just going to have to stick this here just for now. But anyway, we are out of all these items. Like, we're out of smelters, of course. Belts we're okay with. We're out of... Well, even those we're okay with. But basically, yeah, this is like how you'd set something like that up. Now, I'm not going to go through setting up all the belts because it's going to be a little bit of a spaghetti mess. Now, what would probably make sense is to have one logistics station feeding everything and then having one on the other side returning. But again, I just wanted to show you guys how this can be done. Once you set one up and you have the blueprint made, you can copy and paste it like quite well. And that's kind of awesome. Now, the one thing I don't know if it's been fixed yet is if you do something like that and you hit use now, and you rotate it, will this allow you to place that, or you will get an error? See, you'll get an error. So I don't know how. I guess you could just do it like that. We could just collect that off. But anyway, this is a simple way to do it. I'm not going to go into setting all this up because it doesn't need to be. And then you basically do the same thing for a copper array. You could put 6 of these, 10 of these. It kind of doesn't matter, really. If you want to stay within the fault lines, depending on where you're building. Like up here, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here you have 2.5. Here you have 2.5. And then here you're getting way too close to the poles. But I mean, you could put a big time array in here, which we kind of did. I'm not going to go through all this. I'm sure you've seen it 1,000 times. But this is how you have to start putting arrays in order to mass produce iron, because iron right now is lacking. And because you see, even though I put all these up to fast belts, and these are still, they're unloading faster than they're getting supplied, this can barely keep up with the demand. And as you can see, we're not keeping up with the demand, because these can now move, what, 600 at a time. So, I mean, eventually the stuff at our homeworld will get saturated and you won't need it. But anyway, that's just a quick kind of overview of some of the things we have set up here. We got a little bit of a better steel setup here, which we're good with. Here we're demanding that. We got these set up for the magnets, which we're doing fine. And yeah, I know we wanted to fly up here to start setting up these. Where is it? These three things. Basically this and this and this. And another one there. This is going to be the turbines. This is going to be this. And then this one has to be this. And then this one has to be this. Because this takes this, and this takes that. So it's, to make one of these, you need, well, we need two of each. And then that you need one of each. So you basically need 4 plus 2. Yes, you basically need 6 of these for every 2 of these. Well, 6 of them, yeah, 6 for every 2, because you have to, actually no, sorry, it'd be 4 for every 2. So it's a 2-to-1 type of thing. You need twice as many to make that. I mean, again, these are on 2-second timers. This is on a 1-second timer. You get 2 every 1 second, and this you need 1 every 2 seconds. So theoretically, one of these can supply 4 of these, but you can't lay them out in a grid like this at all. It doesn't really work. But we're late on time. So we made some accomplishments. We got green science up and running, and I believe we stalled out just at the end. This is because we have no more green science. The rest of this, we have thousands in storage. So we're gonna have to work at this. But again, we're missing turbines, and we're missing turbines because we're missing steel, or missing the motors, and they're missing motors because we're missing these, and we're missing this. So like, eventually things will start happening and getting, yeah, we're not even keeping up. Not even keeping up, which is crazy. Just crazy how much we're using. But you know what? That's fine. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit that bell notification button if you like this episode. I think off camera I'm going to set up a bunch of these arrays, and we can take a look at them on next episode, and we can start figuring out just how to go about setting up like a big time production planet for all these type of intermediate things. And yeah, I think that'll be a lot of fun, setting up big arrays. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next episode.